Ooh, the monk micro.
Oh,
he
he was
got
on Mangonel.
That was after Mangonel attack. Oh god. The Mangonel is like, all right, guys, I am ready to switch sides. I am fighting for you, Zuby. Oh god.
Why did Mazu get permabanned for sending a link? Because I asked a reasonable question, asked for his help, was very friendly, wanted to be entertained, wanted to be great to all my people, and then he sends me an incredibly inappropriate video of some really, really intense homoerotic scenes. And I think that was inappropriate. If you are banned, can you still watch the stream or just cannot write? You can watch, I believe. You want to see the clip, guys? Okay. Then I will. Let me see. Okay, in before my channel will be banned. Oh, we have a scout fight here, but no one really cares, right? You want to see the video now. Who's the better team? SY, as we always knew. Okay. Alone, the thumbnail alone is really bothering me. And I think I should not have clicked play after seeing the start. But hey, I'm not a clever man sometimes, right? Okay, here we go.
Sure. Okay, sure. Okay, sure. Okay, sure. Okay,
Are you as disgusted as I am? Don't you think that justifies a permaban? Okay. Oh, I didn't permaban him, guys. I timed it out for 10 minutes, and I think he will enjoy it. Yeah. So yeah.
We've got Nico finally throwing down that archery range, but look at this, Viper coming through with the scouts. Hopefully you shouldn't be able to block that gate open, and that's what I'm worried about. The delete. Good play, Nico.
He deleted the villager, then the gate was open. What a sick move, and the scouts of Viper aren't getting in here. What a play by Nikov. Oh god.
That nearly gave me a heart attack deleting that villager off. Man, that was a smart play, and look at this as well.
WTF happened in June. So many things happened in June, guys. Oh man. Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition. First time that it's publicly shown on E3. We had $10,000 tournament from MEMP starting. We have ECL 1v1 ending. We have ECL 3 ending. That means overall ECL is over in the regular season. We have the date for the ECL finals set, and we had some random smaller tournaments and some drama shenanigans going on as well. A lot of stuff to talk about. Let's just jump into DE, or maybe we can call it AoE 2 DE, because that's the big difference, right? AoE 2 DE standing for Definitive Edition. It completely remasters Age of Empires version with a lot of changes. We can maybe take a small look into how it looks. As you can see, you still recognize all the buildings, you still recognize all the units, and there will be new animations. So graphically, I think it looks awesome, honestly. I felt like, oh god, if they make it like 3D and everything changes, that could be horrible, but I think it maybe the overlay at the top, the resources changed a bit too much for me, but most of it looks pretty damn epic in my opinion. And maybe we jump a bit further forward in this video. This is obviously a campaign that they are playing. Unit movement looks super smooth, and attack animations look way better now in my opinion. And well, we still know about all this, and so I'm pretty happy with how it looks to begin with, right? So that's basically one of the main selling points for this whole thing. Then we have a lot of other changes. First, and probably most important, we have 4 new civilizations. There's some stuff known about the civilizations. I don't want to go into that. It's like a lot of speculations, obviously, and now we can make a wish list, like what should they have. Personally, for me, I hate it. I can absolutely see why they're going for it. The game sells so much better if we have new civilizations, and we have so many civilizations that are lacking identity already. And yeah, please don't spam anything if you're under an NDA. Not too clever by you, but okay. And like, civilizations aren't properly balanced. We have unique units that aren't properly balanced. We have civilizations that no one likes to play, and then we're adding more. Okay, I can see that. Still, like, I think it's mainly part to sell it, right? And it is okay. I will take it if the community grows by 20%, because some people want to have more civilizations. But we are at 31. I think they're like 15 fun to play with. And now adding another 4. Why aren't we editing the ones we already have? But yeah, that's... I think it doesn't sell as well, right? We edited the already existing civilizations to be more fun with, instead of like we have new civilizations with new gameplay, new campaigns, and all that. So, okay. I'm done with that. I think it just had to be there. And it makes sense in a selling standpoint, right? Then, big improvement. Age of Empires will be server-based. So how Age of Empires works at the moment is I'm connecting with another player if I want to play against him, and if he lags, either with PC or with his internet, the whole game lags and the enjoyment will cut down. How it will be in the future is we both connect to a server, and so if I have a stable internet with my stable PC, I will have a solid connection to that server and my game runs smoothly. If he lags, that's kind of his problem. Good for everyone with solid internet. And yeah, I think it is pretty nice. Problem, what is if we have an online cup and we have the Viper play against Mr. Yo? Now Germany against, I've never said that before, Germany against China. Are we playing on the Asian server and the Viper has lag? Are we playing on the European server and Yo has more lag? Or are we playing on the American server and both have the kind of equal amount of lag? That's going to be decided, and we will see about that. Like, they have the same quote-unquote problem in Warcraft or Starcraft, and sometimes it is like, let's connect to a neutral server and we both have the same lag. Sometimes it's okay, my home map will be played on my server, your home map will be played on your server, and the neutral map will be played on the neutral server. Kind of a lot of work, because the observers will have to connect to that as well. We have an unlimited amount of observers now allowed. Kind of a big problem we had on HD. Woobly user patch should be fine. And yeah, it will be released in fall this year. And a lot of people said, okay, that's kind of early. I think I'm allowed to say that I played an early beta version before like this big one, and that already felt pretty playable. So I am pretty happy with the release date. Will Woobly go down then? Interesting question. It depends on how good DE will become. The dream is that DE will be so good and will have all the user patch features that Woobly won't be necessary anymore, right? If we have all the players moving from Woobly, or most of the competitive team moving from Woobly over there, most of the casual scene from HD moving over there, all the new players moving over to DE, then Woobly doesn't have a lot of options anymore, right? We will also have it on the Microsoft Store and on Steam. So the big fear that it's only Windows 10, only Microsoft Store did not happen. And so a lot of actually pretty good news. We have a lot of other features, such as like you can now queue researches. So Villager, Loom Villager could be an option in your TC, and you should have less idle TC. You can instantly queue up Feudal Age if you have the extra resources, for example, in a fast castle or something. So that could be pretty damn sexy. And yeah, we are all super excited to see it. I personally pray that it gives a huge boost. It has so much potential, right? It looks like a game that could be played in 2019 and 2020. Compared to Age of Empires 2, if I show people that I played this game, they're all like, do you have eye cancer? Or when will you get it? And it's, yeah, a lot of nostalgia there. And let's see if that brings a lot of people, back into it. So, high hopes for this year. Yeah. What do you think about the zoom feature? Okay, but not really necessary in my opinion. It is better for casting. For playing, I think it won't really be used that much. I think people will have one ideal resolution that they will go for. At least in the competitive scene, right? In the casual scene, it's really nice, right? Just zooming out, seeing everything, seeing your army move, don't need to scroll that much. That's fine. Well, the kingdom will die then, I guess? Well, yes. Yeah. Well, there won't be auto queue in DE, right? There won't be, but there will be auto queue for farms. That's what they said. What do you think about lags in 44 with all this graphics? Well, it depends on the PCs, right? Internet should be way better. If you have 8 Europeans all connecting to the European server, that shouldn't be an issue. And if everyone has a solid PC, it should be completely fine, right? It's not the most demanding game ever, right? It's not like complex 3D rendering. So I think it should be doable. Okay, I think that's all to DE that I can think of now. If you have anything, I will obviously do a Q&A at the end and you can ask some more questions. And MSC. Mangrove Shadow Cup, a tournament that started in June and has a prize pool of $10,000 given by a Chinese sponsor that wanted to have this specific settings. And it is only, basically from the big casters, only members casting it. And it is kind of controversial. So we are only fighting on maps that have mangrove terrain. So always units and ships over each other. That resulted into a lot of demos into the first week. We already had balance changes for those demos before that because organizers kind of anticipated mass demos. And it still was too much. And players have been very vocal that they didn't like the settings. A lot of players didn't train at all. Other players looked pretty prepared and came up with solid strategies, solid placement. We had some kind of boring games. Then sponsors from week 1 to, or not sponsors, organizers from week 1 to week 2 took out the most boring maps, and I think did another change for the demos, but didn't change the other stuff as well, because that is kind of the idea of the whole tournament, right? To have ships fighting against units in all the mix. And there have been a lot of show matches, and maybe we will take a look at the standings overall. And we have some somewhat surprising results here. We see Lux and Dogao in the Swiss stage already out. Lyria and Tero going 3-0 already qualified. The Viper lost his first round against the Max, won the other 2 rounds after that. The Max won the first round, but then lost his other 2. MBL not performing too great. We see big names being very far at the bottom. Left-hand side numbers are the standing. The white numbers on orange ground was the initial seeding. Billy is performing pretty well. Vivi, surprisingly, at least for me, performed pretty well. And Doudnikov, a lot of, obviously, like, it is a super packed tournament, right? And we will have 5 weeks in total. Now jumping into week number 4. The matchups are just incredible. It was Vilis, not the Max, who won the Viper. My bad. That's true. Okay. And yeah, that's true. But we'll have the Max, the Viper matchup later on. And yeah, so Vilis performing pretty nicely there. The Finns, obviously, yeah, something we kind of expect from them, right? That they perform better on unusual settings. And so a tournament that I also got asked why it doesn't have that big amount of viewer numbers. Obviously, we are still at kind of the start, right? It had from like 800 to like 1600 or something. Meanwhile, we had NSS finals casted Sunday evening by T90, 3K viewers for him. So, but it's also the big channel of T90 still, right? Viper was trolling versus Willis. Okay. I can't take comments like those seriously. So MSC, we will have another update for you in the next episode here. I won't cast any of that. And we are now jumping into week number 4 out of 5 of the Swiss stage. And then we have 3 weeks, I believe. Round of 8, round of 4, round of 2 of the brackets. Should be pretty interesting games. And yeah, so then we had ECL 1v1 stage final, just ending there with the last phase. Let's take a look, and I think I can make that even a bit bigger, right? So we obviously had me, the surprise thingy. That's not all important, we talked about that, but what was important is that the Max beat the Viper there, and that was actually a pretty big thing, because the Viper didn't lose in quite some time in big 1v1 tournaments. I think it was like Escape Gaming Masters 2 or something. Also something that Nikov won in the end after falling to Lyrian best of ones, the Viper. And the Max then won against Lux. Lost the finals against Nikov though. And now a lot of fanboys will get over there and like, oh boy, the Viper, why isn't he not performing? And all the moving and Debbie and all the fame. I know that will be coming. I will address it a bit later. But yeah, that finalizes that stage. And Nikov, probably the second most successful Age of Empires player in the last 3 years then, when it comes to 1v1s. Well, who won other 1v1 tournaments? MBL won a $300 Legacy of the Huns 2. Back T won and Shadow won 1v1, right? So our 4 winners are Back T, Shadow, the Viper, and Nikov in ECL in the last year. Yeah, I think so. Ah, interesting. And, well, then let's jump into the 3v3 stage that just finished. And we see Secret there in the final against Suomi 1-3-1. The series just finished. And Brazuca is finally getting punished for their admin loss. Heresy playing quite solid there. Could have gone into the finals if someone went differently against Suomi there. I think they should be somewhat happy with their performance. And yeah, not too much we can talk or should be talking about there. At least I believe. Yeah. And I think what we can talk about is... Do I want to... Rules and settings handbook? Let's go into that. Actually, I didn't prepare it, but we will find it pretty quickly. Because we will have... the ECL finals. In August, right? And we will have AM and Secret going for it there. And this will be, I believe, a 3-day event. Right? Yeah, so I think it will be a 3-day event or something. We will see. It will be a mixture of 1v1s, 2v2s, 3v3s, and 4v4s as well. So, yeah, a nice mixture there, and you cannot always send the same players in. As you can see, the 4 players must be the players who played in 1v1 games from day 1, and the ones before are limited at that as well. And, yeah, so lineup, obviously, the great teams that we want to see. Secret is sending Viper, Tado, Dowd, I guess John, I guess Slam. I don't have any final confirmations there. And I assume AM will send Leary, MBL, Nikov, and I assume Hera and I assume Hearts, but I don't know that either. It's obviously quite a long travel for them, and Hera might have school. We'll see about that. And yeah, so ECL finals, you surely want to tune into that late August. Ask Nikov and they will take all 5 AMs. That's awesome. That's awesome. How much donation needed to send a 3rd team? Oh, goddy. Yeah, so that will happen in late August. If you want to be there, you can go and get your tickets. There will be live audience in the Manchester studio. Kind of interesting that it's there, right? It was always planned as this very big event. From what I heard, I think it is like Microsoft paying the venue and Escape paying the flights. The $23K Chinese tournament starting in a bit over a week. Oh, Project Button, I missed that. Okay, if we have more info, I will cover that as well. Weird. Exactly. You can get your ticket over at the site. Yeah, ECL LAN. Get over there, meet the players, shake their hands, enjoy the time. I think it will be awesome, and so many people of the community will be there. And yeah, that was kind of it from ECL. It is now completely over when it came to the full league phase. Finals, as I said, will be in roughly 8 weeks. Okay, then some smaller topics. Viper, he moved away from Twitch to Mixer, has way lower viewer numbers, kind of obviously. Is still sometimes streaming on Twitch. So if you want to catch him, I believe it is still mixer.com/theviper. And yeah, just go over there. It is pretty similar. For me, it's absolutely the same if I watch on Mixer and Twitch. Some people are complaining that Mixer isn't as great. I think the input delay on the chat is just smaller, and I think it has more potential in the long run. But obviously, community is just smaller there, and well, we will see. Then also he moved from Norway to Germany, Leipzig, with his girlfriend Debbie, and is now completely set up for streaming there. And Twitch is an ADs fest. I don't even know what that means. And yeah, we'll be completely set up there. Now we can go crazy, right? A lot of people's the big Viper fanboys and want to see him win every tournament. I know that there are some people. Ads. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I just didn't know why he wrote AD. It felt like short for Anna Domino or so. After Dark. Oh, I have no idea. Yeah, and Viper, suddenly not winning NSS, losing a series against Felice in MSC, losing to the Max in ECL 1. And some people are, putting it on weird reasons. We also have to say, since he's with Debbie, he won King of the Desert, he won NAC, he still performed incredibly in ECLs, so yeah. So don't even get me started. Let's see how he will perform when we have the first pretty big DE tournaments. Hera, some small drama there. He was drunk with a friend and was smurfing and was getting really out of line, getting some weird homophobic comments in a Smurf account. It was known that he was doing this. Now apologized. Still a weird thingy there that happened. And, you know, I'm always a friend of people act more naturally when they're drunk, which was his excuse. And, yeah, he obviously feels bad. It just felt really weird. And, yeah, just showed how young he is. And then it's kind of like, AM, why aren't we getting sponsors? Maybe because you're doing homophobic things, or maybe you're swearing every stream. But yeah, okay. Next topic, Gibetto. That's a cup only for females. Motivated me to host my next tournaments only for males, just to give some of the sexism back there. And it is a tournament getting some interest. We have some streamers, like even 3 digits I saw once, and nearly sexist? No, the tournament is sexist. Doing a tournament only for females. But well, and it has a lot of like known female streamers, female personalities, and yeah, if you want to follow that, I think we are now in week number 3 or something, and it could be pretty interesting. You could cheer for your beloved girl. Tune into that, especially if you want to follow some. Nikov stole my girlfriend. Then we had NSS. That was a tournament hosted and I believe even sponsored by Nerd Rage Quit. And it was a 1v1 tournament with only, I believe, non-TC starts. We can see the bracket there. And again, the Viper missing in the finals, right? He lost to Hera there after beating Doubt in the first round. And we had 12 pretty solid names there for sure. And in the end, it was Tato winning against Mr. Yo in a pretty entertaining final series. And congrats to Tato. I think the prize pool was $1,000 or something. And if you want to catch that, T90 did stream it. Then we have the 2 pools tournament. And, well, I don't even have the brackets for that. It is a 2v2 tournament that now is in the qualification stage. We have later stages as well. We have big sign-ups as well. And it will start late June and will end mid-July, the group stage. We had the qualification stage. We also have teams. Let me see who signed up. We had Fire and Goku now playing the qualification stage. We had SY sending a team. We had even sending 2 teams. VNS is sending a team. We have Miguel. We have MBL signing up a team, and so forth and so on. We have Doubt Slam as a team. We have Jordan, Tato, Viper again. So that could be pretty promising. Another 2v2 tournament. And yeah, could be pretty nice after we already had a pretty good double date 2v2 tournament, right? Let's see about that. I think another $1,000 there. Single elimination 8-team tournament running from the 22nd to 25th of August. So basically the weekend before the ECL finals. Could be interesting. And yeah, that was it from all the roundup that I wanted to do. So now this is the time to say goodbye to YouTube. I hope you enjoyed it and will enjoy all the content. There's a lot of stuff coming up. Follow MSC, follow all the other tournaments, and we are so excited for DE coming this fall. Have a great one, YouTube.